Hi, I would like to show you how I make a knit one, purl one ribbing like this one. The pattern consists of 2 stitches, knit one, purl one, and the pattern is repeated throughout the round. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. You can see the knit stitches are these V shapes and the purl stitches are the yarn that goes across in between the V's. It looks the same on the wrong side. You can see that here, because the knit stitches have their purl side on the wrong side and the purl stitches have their knit side here on the wrong side. So it's reversible, and you have to cast on a number of stitches that can be divided by 2. Otherwise you risk to end up with 2 knit stitches or 2 purl stitches where the beginning and the end of the round meet. And I knit with a set of 5 double pointed needles, 4 to keep my stitches on and 1 to knit with. It is done the same way if you use circulars, and you can also knit this back and forward using 2 needles, and you only have to remember to knit over knit stitches and purl over purl stitches to create these columns. And this is how I do. First I make the knit stitch like this, and then the purl stitch, and this I begin in the very first round after cast on. So I repeat, knit and purl, and I make sure to pick up the stitch in a way so that it opens up like this, as opposed to twist. You can see here that the two yarns from the stitch that goes down here, now they twist, and now they are pulled apart. So this is the right one. And when I purl, I also make sure I pick up the stitch so that it opens up like this and does not twist at the bottom, as you can see here. And now when I use all these double pointed needles, I also keep in mind that when I change needles, go from this one to this one, sometimes the yarn gets a little bit loose and I will get a wider stitch that almost looks like a ladder up my work. So I knit the first stitch normally. I slightly pull it to make it sit as close to the last stitch on the needle I just finished as possible. And then on the second stitch I do the same. I do not pull too hard. It should not be difficult to knit these in the next round. It's only to make it sit a little closer to the last stitch here. And then I just continue. And in the next round I do exactly the same. When I come to a knit stitch, I knit, and when I come to a purl stitch, I purl. And that is the whole process. And the result is stretchy and it pulls back easily. You should use a stretchy cast on so that this piece here is elastic as well. If you wonder about my cast on, I will place a link to it in the end of this video. Thank you for watching.